Going live. There we go. I think we are on. Yes, we are. We got 6 people in the chat. Awesome. Excellent. All right, let's get this set here. There we go. All righty. Give people just a few minutes here to get in, and we'll get going here. Can't see all who's in here. I see 6 people, but I don't see anybody chatting. Let's see. That worked. All right. Excellent. All right. Well, we will, I guess, get going here a little bit. We don't want to delay too much for those that were on. Hello. Ah, me too. Still just, I was right before this, I was walking around in a circle in our living room, pacing around our coffee table and getting ready because I'll tell you, no matter how many times you get out in front and do things, it still makes you nervous. So hello from Wisconsin. Awesome. Hey, got a lot of family back there. That's actually where, almost all of my family lives is in Wisconsin. So some of them in a small town you may be familiar with called Spooner. So hello. Well, we have to start this off right. So if everybody in the chat has not already done this, we must get some coffee going. So let me get a cup of coffee brewing here. I'm going to enjoy El Vazio today. What is everybody enjoying right now during the chat? What do we got for coffees going on out there? I'm about to get some myself. Decaf. Okay. Got to go to bed late. I get it. Some people, caffeine really affects them. I can drink coffee late at night and go straight to bed. It does not seem to keep me awake anymore. Used to, but not anymore. Appleton. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually familiar with that. I've been to Appleton. Used to live myself in Spooner. A lot of my family, I have family in Eau Claire. I have family up in the both, basically close to both Twin Cities. I got family in Duluth and Superior. Then down in Coon Rapids in Minnesota. So yeah, very familiar with back there. I lived back there for a couple of years for myself. So, but excellent. Nobody drinking any coffee. No coffee drinkers in the coffee chat. That's excellent. Well, we got something special planned, and I've done my level best to not open it, even though they packaged it kind of poorly. I've done my best to stay out of it, so when I unbox it here, it's going to be the first time I'm laying eyes on it. So, but what did you guys? If you guys watched the last video, that Kahawa Ya Congo, what did you think? To me, the video kind of turned out soft and had like almost like an orange yellow tint to it. And that was that DJI Osmo is what we tried to use. And we've now since returned that because the video quality was very bizarre on it. Ooh, got coffee. Oh. Beautiful. little stir here. Excellent. No one saw the last one, I'm assuming. All right, and then that's a good pod. That was one of the recent ones I reviewed, and it really, really surprised me. I went back and purchased some more sleeves of it because it was really, really a good coffee. Yay, another live. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, it's should be fun. We got, hey, show you, we picked up, so we'll be changing over. I should get this real quick here. This will be our new, hopefully, this will be our new camera setup that we're going to be using. The new Sony ZV-1. It's supposed to shoot really nice 4K video. And then I picked up some new Rode little wireless transmitters. So hopefully the audio will improve because I don't have to sync it anymore. Used to have to take the video, take the audio, listen to it really closely and move it around to get everything synced up. This is going to record directly into the camera. So that should save a substantial amount of time for editing, which will also allow me to get out those videos earlier for the patrons. I don't know if you saw my announcement, but I'm going to start releasing to the patrons at least a day or two. And it may not, like I said, it may not be every single video. It just depends how editing goes. But I'm going to try to get them a video release early. So a couple of days, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to upload it. I'll post it to the patron site, and the patrons can watch the video a little bit early. So just a little perk for them. So Congo for the Virtuo is delicious. I couldn't agree more. It's very, very good. I really enjoy the Congo series. If you saw the last one, the original pod, really good. Just that nutty, just wonderful flavor. And then likewise, their full-size cup for the Virtuo is absolutely delicious. Haven't tried the release, but looking forward to it. Yeah, it's should be good. And then we also got, we turned on, I don't want to sound like I'm begging, and please do not feel obligated, but we do have Super Chat on now. So if you want your comment to stand out, you can make a donation. It turns it in, well, whatever color it's going to turn it into. It pins it to the top of the comment section, and it helps, again, support the channel. So if you're not a patron, or maybe you are, or you want to contribute something to helping pay for some of that equipment, that would be great. That's called Super Chat, and that's next to the emoji symbol at the bottom. It looks like a $sign, and you can do that if you feel like it. So anybody have any questions before we get into some of the other stuff that I had planned? Where are your coffee? Oh, they're just hidden behind me. The Virtuo Next, which I was actually going to talk about, if you look on their website, mine is still broken. It's been weeks now that thing's been broken, and they don't have them. I called Nespresso directly. They don't have any to swap out. They don't have any. They don't repair them. They just give you a new one. The stores are practically wiped out. They don't have them. I'm wondering if you remember a long time ago when I mentioned that the gentleman I talked to on the phone said that the first generation was a beta test, and that then they would take and tweak them and re-release them. And that was supposed to have happened in October last year. I'm wondering if we're seeing it now. I'm wondering if it got delayed because of, the problems that we've been having as a world. And now we're finally seeing that refresh. I don't know. It might be worth revisiting once we see the machines again. So here's the hoping. I hope they fix some of the little issues that I had with it. So any other questions? Give you a minute to type them. Not seeing anything come through, so we will move on. Here is long time ago I debated ever doing this, but we're gonna try it. So we got coffee cup number 1. Let's see, where do I need to move it? I need to move it back. Coffee cup number 2. We got 2 Intenso pods, so we're going to be using the Intenso pods. What's my favorite syrup? Brand or flavor? Brand, probably the Monin for overall flavors. I use the Da Vinci because I just can't find the Monin anywhere, and when you do, it's double and then some the cost of the Da Vinci. So I can't justify that. I bought my next in December and it's been brewing fine, but never could connect. Yeah. They've had some, if you're talking about the flavor of the syrup, I would say on a daily basis, day in, day out, my most used probably vanilla. So yeah, they a lot of people. My buddy down the street here, he lives 2 doors down. The Wi-Fi just doesn't work. This one that I had, I never connected it to Wi-Fi again. Once they replaced it, I never connected it. So that machine, I really, really hope that whatever they're doing, they fix some of the internal stuff on that, because it seems like it's very seems I'm looking over there because mine's sitting over there off camera. It seems like it was rushed. It seems like it wasn't quite developed well enough. So got the Virtuo waiting to get the original line for different coffees. Yeah, I honestly think, I mean, if you drink normal coffee every day, obviously the Virtuo is a no-brainer. But the original line has got so many good pods. And if you're like a lot of people, and that is the iced coffees, hands down for iced coffees, the Virtual has the most for iced coffees. It by far. I mean, there's just a lot of pods. Let me get the rest of this. Here's what it is. It is the Make a Cup that is made for the Virtuo. I really debated if I even wanted to run this through my machine, just for fear of wrecking it or breaking it or something. So let's unbox this. Let's see what they included in here. Little scoop. Instructions, which we won't have time to read. Oh, if you give them a nice review, they'll send you a gift card. A little clean out thing. And where is it's like lost in the bottom. Can you put that in for your own coffee? Yeah, it's supposed to be a make a pod. I just oh. Oh, it does screw together. Oh, what are these? I think I have no idea what these are. They're like little, I don't even know if that shows up. They're like little gaskets. But now I'm worried because they don't appear to fit anywhere. Oh, okay. There's already one on here. They actually stretch out to go all the way around here, but there's already one on here. They just gave you extras. So what I thought we would do is I would just cut open an Intenso pod, take the contents of that, put it into here, brew a cup, and then we would mark the cup. I'm going to use the same Nespresso cups. We would mark the cup where the coffee's at when it finishes and where the crema's at, and then run a normal pod and mark it, and then just compare the two cups. Does this make a pod thing turn out as good a coffee as if you would use an original pod? So yeah, it does seem to have the barcode on the bottom. I don't know what the barcode's going to set it for, because, you know, I mean, they changed these to spin it more or less, or make it do what it wants. So let's cut one of these open. There we go. I'm going to make a mess, I can tell. I am going to make a mess, I can just tell. It's already spilling on me. I'm going to have to crunch it just a little bit to give myself a little pour spout here. Will it hold it? That's the question. Man. Wow. There is no way. There's no way this is. Oops. Flood warning. I'm going to mute my phone so that doesn't happen again. There we go. Tamp it maybe? Yeah, let me see if I can. Man, I think if this is what you're supposed to use, that's not much coffee. Let me see what they say here. Stainless steel. So it's made out of stainless steel. And yeah, that was probably a good idea before I just dumped my coffee in it. They said to rinse it out. I probably should have done that first. Use a spoonful of the powder. Yeah, it just says to use a spoonful. So this thing is full. Let me mangle this down a little bit and see if I can get the rest of that Intenso pod in there. Oh, I just spilled a little bit here. This seems like an awful lot of work to not pay for coffee. Especially if you're trying to get like the same flavor out of it. Man, this thing just does. That is, oh geez. I am making an absolute mess. See, it doesn't happen only in videos. I make a mess just live too. That is about the limit of that thing. And there is still more coffee in there, and I have coffee spilled on the table too. So let's, oh, and this has got to go in the middle of it yet. All right, so it does screw together, so it looks like it's got a nice seal. Okay, I can feel it. It clamped down on that little gasket piece there. All right, let's hopefully it doesn't destroy my machine. All right, there we go. And it didn't make any noise per se. I'm going to sit off to the side just a little bit so we can kind of see it going. But I've tried the Intenso pod damaged in the Keurig Oh, how did it taste? Oh, I need to get my, oh, there we go. I'm just going to make a little mark on the coffee cup, see what we got for coffee, and then also where the crema was at. Tried the Intenso. How did that, Ryan, how did that turn out running the Intenso pod through a Keurig? Is it buffering a lot for anyone else? I'm not getting any error messages, so hopefully it's not. See what we get. It doesn't look bad. I mean, just looking at the quality of the crema, the amount coming out, it doesn't. Okay. That's going to be funny when we eject it. It's going to throw the pod into the back of the machine. All right, so I'm just going to... So what I did is I just put a little mark. You can kind of see, right, whoop, I'm tipping the cup right there and where that line was. Goodbye. All right, let's get this one going. Woo! That's warm. That is slightly warm. I'm gonna let that cool off a little bit, and then I kind of I want to see what it looks like at the end, like when we tear it back apart. That would be kind of what I would expect. I would expect the taste to be good just because it's a better quality coffee, but yeah, probably the oil, the texture, and obviously the crema isn't going to be there, but yeah, that would make sense. So we're also going to do one more drink, something special. I'm going to be doing it a little bit different than I've done any other coffee or any other blended drink in any other video. So hopefully you enjoy it, and it's something that you can make and enjoy at your house. And it's got a few special ingredients, but they should be somewhat available to you, especially if you have a Costco near you. All right. Let me mark this guy real quick. Now, I think we're going to get a slight difference just because obviously there was coffee left over, but let's see if there is any notable differences. I think, boy, you're going to have to take my word on it because you probably can't really see it real well. But those two lines where the crema layer is, the make a pod right there and the new one right here, it's a hairline difference. This one is just slightly above it. And then, boy, if you didn't know, I don't know that you could tell the difference on that. I'm gonna have to drink it down just a little bit to see on the coffee level, but That's a little watery. That does not have the same flavor that Intenso has. There's a little texture difference. There's a little oil difference on it. This one tastes like it's slightly just watery, like it hasn't quite extracted the oil out of it the right way or something. It's got a decent texture, but it's definitely missing oil. Yeah, that's just a creamier cup than. They're close. They're really, really, really close. Let me move this over so I can see the lines here. Get myself a little bit of space so I can see the. Now I made a mess on the table again. This is why they don't let me in the kitchen. Nothing appreciable on. Boy, that's hard to see. Right there is the black line, and there's the black line. If you kind of roll them towards each other, they're very, very. The camera's at a little bit of a weird angle, but I would say nothing notable different on them. So the makeup pod, I'm kind of surprised it actually did okay. I'm going to get a paper towel. The makeup pod actually did okay. I'm a little bit surprised. I thought it wasn't going to turn out near as good a cup of coffee, but it honestly did okay. And let's take a look at what the hit the like button. Yes, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button. So you're sure to be notified anytime we drop a new video, which is every Friday. Or sometimes we live stream on a random Sunday. Let's see what this... So there's the... It made like a donut in the middle. Okay. Well, since I'm not going to do a review, let's just use this wonderful little gift card thing and see if we can pop this out. No. Nope. So it's kind of, yeah, it's just stuck in there. But you can see, I mean, it's kind of like a packed espresso thing, only with a little hole in the middle from that guy. So honestly, not bad. I don't know that wasting all this time cleaning this up, dumping coffee in and packing it so that you actually get enough coffee in there to get a good flavor. I don't know if that's worth saving $1, but there it is. There's the experiment. So now you know, and this is the one that I purchased. So yeah, this one was stainless steel reusable Virtuo line Nespresso capsule. And I think it was like $25, something like that. So you'd have to make an awful lot of coffee to make up for that. So that's out of the way. Anybody have any questions before we move on? Wouldn't be a video without you making. Right? Well, see, at least you know it's not just, it's just me. I just make a mess. Oh, geez. Oh, that's funny. Thank you, Shiny. Oh, that's funny. That's great. It was nice to see it in action, but definitely not worth that. That's kind of what I think. I think if maybe I honestly don't know how would you change this up? You have to have a very well built two pod rating. Yeah. I think honestly, here would be how I'd break it down if I was like actually reviewing this. I would give it a solid 5 out of 5 pods for construction and the actual item itself. I mean, it's solid metal. I mean, it is solid metal, solid stainless. It's a good looking item, and the threading is very, very smooth. So it's been machined very, very well. But yeah, Natasha, I think you're pretty close. 2 out of 5 pod rating for I mean, really? Every single time? Like this would be your morning routine? Yeah, you might try a good quality ground. Yeah, and that we do actually have my mother and father-in-law were here. That was over the past few weeks ago. You saw the video with my brother-in-law, and we did buy some ground coffee. I wonder if my wonderful wife would be so kind as to grab that coffee. Maybe we'll just whip up one more and see how it does for just a ground coffee. I'm going to try to clean my table off here somewhat because I really did make a mess. And I can't imagine. Could you imagine doing this before work every day? Just to have a cup of. I guess you could do it the night before. I guess you could, do it the night before. But still, I'm just thinking this is just kind of ridiculous. Let me see how much. Oh man, that is a hard cake. Like that is a very wow. That is caked in there. That's not something you're ever going to just dump out. That is. Wow. Yeah, that was really, really, really packed in there. That felt like basically an espresso packed, like when they, the baristas pack that espresso shot. That's kind of what it felt like in there. That was very, very. So we got just the normal Dunkin'. Let's see. It'd be the same price breaking down. Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. If you're gonna get a comparable quality coffee, I can't see doing that for every day. Yeah, me either. This is kind of a light. Kind of a lighter coffee. Let me see, 1 spoonful or 1 heaping spoonful filled it about halfways. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do what we did on the last one with it does not want to quite pack like the Nespresso did. This one's just kind of sliding around. Yeah, not very convenient. It really, really isn't. I mean, you got some guests over and this is what you're doing. You're over there. Yeah, it's been a nice day. How are you doing? Yeah, it's so nice that you visited. And you're over here packing Nespresso pods. I can't see that going on. So so I would say it's about 3 of those spoons if you kind of pack it down in there. So let me get another cup. And thank you, honey. And let's just try. This will be the first time Dunkin' Donuts has ever come out of an espresso machine. So we'll let that guy go. I'm just going to clean up a little bit. There we go. My poor keyboard has coffee grounds in it now. Then I got one more coffee that we're going to make. It's going to be a blended drink for all of you iced coffee lovers and stuff. That should be a nice treat. So yeah, hadn't seen what those look like. So that is kind of fun. Any questions? Well, is that going? Oops, I think I forgot to hit it. Made kind of a grinding noise. Any other questions while we're waiting for that guy to brew? Yay for the blended drink. I tried the one from last live and it was delicious. Yeah, it was pretty good. This one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to require, and I hate doing this because I always try. Some people ask, why don't you do, I was actually in the Nespresso store in Scottsdale and I got to meet the new manager there. Lovely lady. And we talked for a little while, and in there she asked, do you ever do this or that? Do I ever do any alcoholic drinks, things like that? And I said no, and it's mainly because at this point in time, I didn't want to promote alcohol on the channel. And also, number two, I try to make everything I make and things that I do that you're not going out and buying some crazy stuff that you may use one time and never use again. And so I try to always kind of keep it as something that it can't only be used for this, but you could use it for something else. And so I always try to be mindful of your money and that when I'm coming up with different coffees. So let's throw that guy in the back again. And let's see, we got that is the most pathetic crema I have ever seen in a cup of coffee. Wow. And it's so light. I don't know if you can, this is El Vazio at level 4. This would be like level, 1, 2? I don't ever think I've seen that light of a cup of coffee come out. Holy cow. What do we got there? I tried those refill pods after 2 days. I haven't used them since. Yeah, I spent $30. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why sometimes I try this stuff just so you guys don't have to waste your money. That's honestly what this whole channel started about, was me, I shouldn't say wasting, but me wasting my money so that you potentially don't have to waste your money and you can avoid some that are just, in my opinion, horrible. So yeah. We got dishwater. That's pretty accurate. And then we got Dunkin's newest tea. It's the new honey herb tea. Let's give it a taste. I don't even know what that is. I don't think, man. There is, it tastes about like what it looks like. There is absolutely no texture to it, no body to it. it is the blandest thing. That is horrible. That is, and I will be perfectly honest. This, I think, is really made to be a drip coffee. I think we would have had to probably, milled that a little bit more to get it down to the fine grain that the Nespresso wants. But because as a drip coffee, this for most people is okay. And I've tried it as a drip, and I don't remember it being this terrible. But I haven't drank it in a couple of years either. So, yeah, this is. I think tea is being generous for that label. That's just. Give me my Elvasio. Is that tea? Yeah. That's a no for me. Will your wife ever join you on camera? Would love to meet her too. She said she got up, kind of came around the corner and said she's shy. She is. I think she wants to do a coffee drink for you guys one of these times. And we thought that was going to happen early in this year, and it didn't. And I apologize for that. We're still working on it, and not working on the coffee, just working on getting her the confidence to do it. It's tough. I mean, I can appreciate the people that do this. People that produce 1, 2, 3 videos a day, and they're out there just every day in, day out. It's it's a lot of work, and you're putting yourself out there to the public. And as you well know, everything you say, everything you do, it gets scrutinized, and it's a little nerve-wracking. I'll be honest. Let me see. Thank you for saving others money. You're right. My face said it all. That is, yeah. Can you level 4 that? You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of beef bone broth. It looks like a beef broth. That's kind of what I think that's an accurate description of what it looks like. A 0 pod rate. Yeah, that would be a 0 pod rating. Let's hear the breakdown. Didn't even want to know what that is. Yeah. 0 pod. Yeah, we need Mrs. Drink. We do, and she still owes. I didn't see if she's in here this time. Pam from last time wanted to know where the chalkboard was. The chalkboard's in our other room and hasn't been updated. And my wife does owe you guys a new chalkboard. And she was going to do that Friday, a couple days ago, and was just sicker than a dog. And so she didn't. But yeah, she does owe you a chalkboard. So makes you appreciate the Nespresso. Yeah, it does. Yeah, Nespresso is a very good coffee. It really, really is. You make it look sorry. There's a lot of what you see. If you ever watch the patrons, there's a behind the scenes video on the patron side that shows kind of what goes into making a video. It's an old one now. Before we had a lot of the setup stuff and what we do now, but yeah, it gives you a little bit of insight. You got an hour's worth of material to condense down to a 12-minute video, and so there's a lot of stuff that just gets cut, doesn't make it. There's just time constraints, keep the video moving. I learned over the last year, people want the videos faster. So I started doing that newer format. Once I got a computer that could actually before my old computer, I actually couldn't, which kind of made it more difficult for editing. Once I got the audio lined up and everything, and you would lock them together, I couldn't actually scrub the video, meaning I couldn't move up and down in the timeline with and it would just jerk everything. So a lot of my edits, I couldn't quite get exactly how I wanted, just because I couldn't tell what it was going to look like without rendering it. Well, rendering it was 3-4 hours of waiting. And so this new machine now that I got, I can actually scrub. I can actually watch it in real time. So a lot of the faster paced cutting that I've been doing has all been stuff that I wished I could have done a long time ago. And also we're just moving quicker through reviews. So I can't even drink drip coffee. Yeah. We had a machine out while they were here, and I grabbed a cup and I drank it the one morning. I took a couple of sips and I'm like, this is not good. Went back inside, poured it out, got my Nespresso, and made a new cup. Yep. Once you go, yeah, it's true. Let's see. Would love to see an uncut video. I think I'm going to do a new or updated one once we get the new gear and we get settled in with that. I think I'm going to do a new behind the scenes one on that, so you can kind of see the new setup, stuff that you don't get to see. Kind of why, you're sweating constantly, but in videos you get to wipe it off so you're not shiny, but the lights are hot. A lot of stuff that goes on. Like I said, behind the scenes, lots of that one video when I said our gimbal has seen the last video. Oh man, that was a video that was so hard to get filmed. The camera would be sitting like this, and then mid-sentence would just go, and the gimbal would just fall down, and you would be filming the floor. It was a mess. So we had to invest a little more money again and get that done. But I think we should do the blended drink. What do you guys think? Blended drink? Yeah, all around, blended all around. All right, let me get. I'm gonna have my wife grab me the cup that we're gonna be using. I'm gonna grab some of the ingredients here. So like I said, I try to keep these accessible for everybody. So we preloaded the glass with ice. Now the ice is stuck in the glass. Oh well, we'll roll with it. So what's going to be unique on this one is, let me get the blender here so we can start assembling it. Things that go wrong. You try to be proactive and it bites you. So, all right, let me see if I can, The struggle is real. Let's see if we can. Not exactly sure what I'm gonna do now. It's like live TV. I'm trying to warm up the edges so that my wife's going to work on this real quick while I continue on. So we're going to keep it similar to the last one. We're just going to switch up a few things. So the main ingredient that we're going to switch up, well, I guess we should, do we dare show this? Il Caffe? I know somebody's jealous out there. Somebody's got to be jealous out there. All right. We're going to pop open a new sleeve of Il Caffe. I'm going to get this shot going real quick. I'm going to move my tray up. Get that going. All right. So I think she got it. Yes, the best. it kind of worried me. We actually went to the Nespresso store this weekend before, just to make sure now she's making a mess. Just to make sure I didn't miss something. And the gentleman that told me the information wasn't there, but it kind of had me worried because he said July 21st, they were going to start releasing new coffees every 3 weeks. The only thing I can think of is it was that Origin re-release for the July 21st. And I'm hoping that's not an indication of what we're going to be getting. So we're going to do one pod of the Il Cafe. I now have most of my ice back. Oop. There's still some stuck in my... Oh, this is what you used. All right. There we go. All right. We got that done. We got the shot done. So I'm going to let the shot sit here. We're going to add in a little bit of chocolate. I'm just going to eyeball this. So I'm just going to give it a good squeeze. Probably a good solid 2 tablespoons. So I was hoarding I know. So was I. I only had let's see, we have that one. I only had 2 sleeves left. So hope you're having a good day. It is. It's a great day. I'm on talking to you guys. We're talking coffee. It's a great day. Here's one of the special ingredients. So what it is it's actually it's not so important, the reduced fat, but it's a ice cream mix. So what this is basically what they use for soft serve. So think of like a Dairy Queen soft serve. We get this at a grocery outlet store or a chef supply store, restaurant supply store. I know if you don't have one of those, you could always try a mom and pop place that serves the soft serve cones. You might be able to buy a container from them. To give you an idea, this container is about $3, half gallon of it. So if you're going to try it and you're struggling to find this, don't overpay. They're about $3. So we're going to add some of that in, probably 4 to 6 ounces there. And then another special ingredient. This is the Caffe D'Vita. If you have a Costco, you've probably seen it there. It's either this one or a blue bagged one, I think, that has a polar bear on it. And basically just what it is it's a simple mocha mix. But what it does, it adds a great texture to it. We have, you can kind of see it's just a light mocha powder. So we're going to add in, for 1 cup, we're going to add in 2 of these scoops. Let's get this guy going now. Il Cafe for life. I know it's like that smell. I'm going to add this in now. Oh yeah. Let me make myself a little bit of space here. That should be about perfect. And if you add in roughly 2 tablespoons of chocolate, you do your ice, you add your ice cream milk in there, or your ice cream mix. If it's too, I don't really give an amount on it. It really, really varies depending on the ice and how much you add. But just add a little bit extra just so you get a nice creamy texture. And oh man, those are so good. We made some of these for mother, father-in-law, and my brother-in-law while they were here, and they loved them. And these are just the Il Cafe. Still, you just get that wonderful bite that it has, but then that wonderful chocolate, and oh, so good. Just a absolutely wonderful drink. This one I'll probably sip on for the rest of the for the rest of the time. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, see if I missed anything here. For Kona, will they have it for the virtual line or just the original? It's supposed to be back out for both. It should be in stock. If you look at, actually, I took a screenshot of it because it was kind of funny. I want to show you this. This was off of their website, and as of yesterday, it was still this way. Kawaha Ya Congo. They actually misspelled it. It's Kahawa Ya Congo. And I just thought that was kind of funny. So if you go to their website, as of yesterday, it was still misspelled. Once you click on the pod and go in, then it's spelled correctly, but the main page listing actually has it misspelled. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, they're supposed to have it for the virtual line and the original line. And we were looking at their promotional stuff yesterday, and it said that they're going to do it they're going to bring it each year for as long as they can. So that sounded like to me that it's probably going to be a little bit seasonal. We might get it for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, kind of probably depends on how big the crop is. But they're going to be bringing it back, it sounds like, every year. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. Can you list both of those products so we can search for them later? Oh, you're talking about the ice cream and the mocha mix, I'm assuming. Joy? Man, that's so good. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'll put it down in the description for you. So, Eastman, I had hoarded it before I knew it was permanent. Yeah, I did too, but we were kind of going through them, and it made me nervous because I held on to the other ones. I held on to the Australian Summer Flat White for quite a while. I bought a lot of those pods when they came out, and we enjoyed those for quite a while, which was superseded by, going back in time, Paris Black. Paris Black was a great one and loved it. Bruno P. Thank you so much, Bruno. Thank you for the donation. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see. Let me see. Can you list the products? Okay, looking forward to trying out. I've never had it before. Yep. All right. Anybody have any other questions? Let's see. I covered. I'm trying to look at my list of things that I wanted to cover, and I did cover all of them. So, any other questions before we be like the Doug? Be like the Doug. Be like the Doug. I don't be like the Doug. Love you, dude. Thanks. Thank you so much. I appreciate the donations. It really does help out. just simple things like that, doing these live chats, getting a few donations. It really does help out. Nespresso for life. Yeah, really. I would have never if you would have told me when we moved to Arizona back in 2016 that a year later I'd be making coffee videos every week, I would have never believed it in a million years. But here we are, and I enjoy it. I love my Podhead family. I wanted to mention, and I totally didn't put this on my list, and I was trying to get the shirts done through a company in North Carolina. I then found a company here locally in Phoenix. I'm now going back to the North Carolina company. They just have a better distribution avenue. I can't ship T-shirts to Europe and Australia and things like that. It's just not going to happen. So what I wanted to do is I'm going to rely on that company. When you guys order the shirts, they're going to fulfill them and ship them. So they'll handle all the currency exchange and all the behind the scenes, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. When you order the shirt, I make about $10. That's basically where it's at. That's pretty much what I make. A little more, a little less, just depending on the size of shirt. If it's a larger shirt, you make less. If it's a smaller shirt, you make more. That's about it. It's roughly $16 to $18 a shirt, and they sell for $26 to about $27. So that's kind of where that's at. But I'm trying to get the Podhead one out to you guys so that you can enjoy that shirt. And I think the design will be neat when we're done. So let's see. Wow, the app is showing the free samples. What is your top 3 flavors for 2021 so far? Oh man. That's tough. Just for 2021, I'm trying to think back. How about La Completa Refinada? No. I honestly, wow. I guess of the ones that I've reviewed right now that are right off the top of my head, I really love the Elvasio pod. It really surprised me how good it was. And then last week, I'm always off by time because when you're watching the other video, I'm recording the next video. And so I'm always off by a week. The Kahawe Ya Congo for the original line. That one was really, really good. It wasn't on the Il Cafe Napoli level, but man, it was good. Really, really good. So, Paul, let me see. Thank you so much for all of this. I've subscribed since 100 subs. Wow. You've been growing insanely well, and the video quality definitely matches. Thank you. Wow. Since 100 subs. Jeez. That's like years ago. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey man, watching all of my kids from Northumberland, England. You rock. Let's brew another shot. Thank you so much. How are your dogs? Tropical coconut. Yes. I totally spaced that one. When you're on the spot, it's tough. Sometimes your brain just clicks off. Tropical coconut was very, very good. Both were really, really good. But again, I think the original line was a little better. Full cup of coffee, definitely with the original. Laura, thank you so much. Thank you for that donation or your super chat. That's awesome. Thank you so much. How are my doggies? I am going to have my wife grab Mia. She has been growing like a weed. You're number one. Thank you so much, Laura. Come here, Mies. Come here, Mies. Come here. Oh, boy. Let's see. I can hardly lift this behemoth anymore. She has gotten so big. There's Mies. Say hi to the Podhead family. She's like, what is that? She's like looking at herself on the screen. She's like, woo, is that coffee? That is Mia. She has, in the last month, even gotten taller. This dog is getting big. Love her to death. You're absolute joy. Oh, watch it. I don't want to drop you. There we go. And then we got, the only problem with her is hair. Huskies are hairy. And then we got Belly. Oh, let me get Bells here. We got our little one. There's Bells. She's the, remember when I started with Mia and she was just this little tiny thing? And now she's, well, last time she was weighed, she was almost, what was she, honey? Last time the vet weighed her? I want to say it was 47 or 48 pounds, and that was months ago. And she's definitely gotten heavier. But that's Belly. She's our old lady of the house. So she's a little over 10. There's the pups. There's the pups. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Sounds like I'll have to save up for original line. You know, if you're primarily a coffee drinker, virtual all the way, if you like to do a lot of iced drinks and or you enjoy the espresso stuff, definitely an original. And you don't have to get an elaborate one. I just ended up buying the nicer one, not only for camera appeal, but also just for the versatility of all the different sizes it would make and the different ways it could make it. So but yeah, even their one that they usually put on sale for like, I want to say $99. That one would be a great machine to buy. So I like original better than the virtual for the coconut. Yeah, ditto. Yes, I remember the stove and the wrap. You have been here a while, Paul. The stove and the oh boy, yeah. Oh, the router unboxing was kind of fun. The stove, that was a lot of trips to Lowe's. That was a fun day. Not really. I thought about getting the original line just to get the coffees. Can't get the virtual line. I don't like the coconut. Yeah. To your point, there's just certain ones, and I mean, and you've seen it play out live on the camera. I don't. Sometimes I meander a little bit, and it's tough because when I'm really dissecting, I can drink a coffee. Like you can just pick up and drink a coffee. But when you're really dissecting it and trying to figure out, is this good? You know, is it too acidic? Is it too bitter? Does it have a weird, funky aftertaste? You know, you can palate a lot of coffee. I mean, everybody's been to, you know, some sort of function where they had that big old percolator and you went, oh, yeah, that's good. You know, and you can palate a lot of stuff. But when you're picking it apart, to your point, the original line, the coconut, the original line just had a better profile than the virtual did. And so when you're picking them apart, you see it a lot of the time play out on camera. I'll drink it and it's like, that's interesting. And then you get the hit with the aftertaste and you're like, oh, weird, or ooh, that's really good. and then it kind of develops as you go. So I think we're back at the dogs. Yes. Oh yeah. Natasha, Precious. Yes. Both of our dogs. We love them to death. They're our fur babies. So, and then Christine, wow, she's grown so, yeah. Mia, she pulls, we have a big body harness for her, and then there's this pole that attaches to my wife's bike, and Mia pulls you at like to the point where you actually have trouble making a turn through the road. You have to actually apply the brake to slow the bike down to make the turn. She pulls you at speeds you would not think a dog could pull you at, but you know, they're sled dogs, and she has energy to spare, let me tell you. Let's see, sweet. We really like both machines. Yeah. If you want the best of both worlds, Joy, yep. Enjoy both of the machines. Yep. They're both so cute, adorable. Always love your videos. Thank you so much. You just took my original virtual line out of storage in my home office and discovered your channel while researching new blends. Well, welcome, John. Yeah. That's we've been plugging away at this for 2.5 years now. Every single week we've released a video, and I don't know. I haven't. I took a short vacation, but I had backlogged enough videos that I could be gone for 2 weeks. But it's there's a lot of videos. I just tell people, if you want an accurate representation of what we're doing now, only watch the new ones. So let's see, cutest pup. Yeah, no, they're cute. Did Nespresso tell you what? He didn't. He did not tell me what was releasing. The only thing he said was starting July 21st. So again, I took him at his word. I didn't have any reason to think he was pulling my leg. And I said, is it okay for me to tell my viewers? And he said, yeah, sure. He goes, I'm not telling you anything that's private or secret knowledge. And I said, okay, cool. But he didn't tell me what they were releasing. And then that's when he also told me, he said that Il Caffe was coming back as a permanent part of the lineup once it returned. He didn't say, it would be back in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 week. He just said Il Caffe is coming back and is going to be part of the permanent lineup. So I believe what he told me was accurate. Yeah. I love rewatching the old videos. Oh man, some of them I look back and I'm like, But you know what? It's like anything. You look back at old, some of the old movies and you're like, oh, this was so good. And then you rewatch an old movie and you're like, yeah, that wasn't as good as I remembered it being. I wonder if the chocolate fudge would be good as an espresso shot. If an espresso. Ooh. That might be, yeah. That would be interesting. A chocolate fudge I could see him do, that's got my brain rolling now. I could see him taking that chocolate fudge, giving it a nice, like a Robusta coffee or something. So we get a nice, good bite, maybe a nice level 10, 11. We get a good bite, give it some good oil, and then that chocolate fudge flavor. Ooh. I could see that being really, really good. They have chocolate truffle in the original line. Yeah, that one's, I think I tried that one with did I get that one with a sample pack? Seems like I tried that one time. I can't remember. People, like some people will message me and mention a coffee that I reviewed, and it's like, as much as I hate to say I can't remember, I can't remember sometimes what I've reviewed. It's tough. When you hit 100 plus coffees that you've taste tested, and some of it was 2 years ago. I don't remember what I've tasted, especially the ones that were like only available for a month and a half, and then they disappeared. You just kind of forget about them. So do you have any favorite taste test video that you are more pleased with than the others you have made? I liked the coconut one. I thought that video flowed well. I just enjoyed, I don't know what was unique about it. I enjoyed the coconut one. It's been a little bit of hit and miss since then. Last week's video, I was not happy with last week's video. Or the one that just dropped 2 days ago. I was not happy with that. I wasn't happy because the video looked funny. The audio was weird. There was a weird, and I don't know what was getting picked up a couple of weeks prior. It was like picking up a weird humming from either the air conditioner or the ice maker. I don't know which, but yeah, I would say the coconut video was probably one of my favorite new videos that I put out. That one I really enjoyed, and I enjoyed the pacing of it, and I enjoyed the review. I enjoyed that one. I'm very seldom am I happy with a video. When I'm done and I'm done editing, I just have to sit there and I just look at it and I say, you know what, it's good enough. Because if I keep going, I'll never post the video. It'll never get done because I'm never quite perfectly happy. So let's see, original or the virtual line coconut. Yeah, that's the one. It's the one where I did the double review. I think it's just called Tropical Coconut, I think is the video name on it. Kowski, yeah. All right. All right. Well, we have hit a little over an hour. Does anybody have any final questions before we wrap this up? And thank you so much to everybody that donated. That's awesome. I appreciate it so much. Literally every single dollar, almost, and it's close. Every single dollar that I make on the channel goes back into equipment, coffee purchases, and stuff to hopefully make your experience better. So any of those donations, the super chat people today, all of that, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot, and I appreciate it immensely, more than you know. So, and again, hello from Boston, welcome Boston. And if you haven't considered, like I said, a lot of you, if you've ever considered or thought about being a patron, that would be awesome. It all helps. It really, really does. So just to say you are great and I enjoy all that you do here. Looking forward to more. Thank you, Disney. Is it Disney Lou? Disney Lou, thank you so much. Thank you for those kind words. I appreciate it. #1 recommended blend for virtual line for a newbie and a coffee expert. For a newbie, I always, when you say newbie, new to coffee drinking, period, or newbie to Nespresso? Just clarify that one little part, and then I can probably give you a recommendation. Your A/B comparison videos are my favorite. Yeah, hope you really do some more with the new release. Yeah, I'm looking to see new to Nespresso. Okay, I'm looking to see if these origins. Somebody alerted me that I think it was the Congo is a rework of last year's release. And if that's the case, I'm trying to find out if that's actually true. The guy who is insanely knowledgeable about their coffee at the Nespresso Boutique was off Saturday. And the person that I talked to didn't seem to have any idea. So I'm trying to get clarification if this is a rework, because sometimes on Nespresso's coffees, What they rework is the base coffee, and then the rest of it is added in. And that base, it's usually on the flavored ones. Kahawa shouldn't be. But he said that there was a rework on the Congo. So I'm trying to get clarification from this from the Nespresso guy if that's true. If it is, we're definitely going to re-review it. Definitely. So for the new to Nespresso, so if you are a previous coffee drinker and you're okay with a little bit stronger, I would say new to Nespresso as a beginner or newbie coffee drinker, stick with something like the Elvasio or the Malazio. They're kind of a midline, or the Giornio. They're kind of a midline coffee. They shouldn't have too much. I would honestly recommend the Elvasio. It's got a great flavor profile. It's got a little bit of an acid in there, or a little bit of what you might perceive as a bite, but a good coffee, good midline coffee. So that would be great for the beginner. For somebody who's new to Nespresso but an expert, I'd probably go Audacio or something like that. I don't know if I'd go all the way up to the Intenso line right off the bat, but the Audacio should be a good one to begin with. So have you ever tried reprogramming a coffee size pod to brew an espresso? No, I haven't. I haven't never cut off anything short. I wonder if it, because that first initial thing out of most of the pods is usually all that crema. So I never thought about that. I had to play with that once and just see what it does. I don't know that it's going to work though, because I think it's the way that they spin and pressurize the pod when they're doing the espresso stuff. I don't know if it's going to work with a coffee pod. So thanks for hosting this. It was fun connecting with her. Yeah, it is. I love my podhead family. I really, really do. It's you guys are awesome. You're kind to each other. We have a lot of fun, and it's about what we love. Coffee. Il Cafe. No. Coffee. So yeah, I agree. It's great to do this. Have you ever dove any deeper regarding the plastic? You know, they have. I really enjoyed that scientific. Yeah, I have gone as far as I can literally go. The biggest problem, and it's a little bit of, I'll say it's a little bit of a itchy point for me. I don't like that Nespresso, and it's not just because I have a YouTube channel. Who cares that I have a YouTube channel? Just me as a consumer, I don't really appreciate their cavalier or their just disregard of my questions. I've climbed the ladder. I've gone as far as I can go. I've gotten to a manager. I called Switzerland. I mean, I've talked to everybody under the sun as far as I can go with trying to get an answer, down to a guy that was supposed to get a hold of whoever it is that they were going to get a hold of, that was going to send me a brochure about what happened. Nothing. They don't follow through. And the biggest problem is nobody knows who that person is that was supposed to handle it. And so it's a little bit of a sore subject with me that Nespresso just kind of doesn't care, so to speak. And maybe that's a little bit by design. Maybe they don't want to answer that question. Maybe they don't want to be on record for what took place or why they're doing that. But I also don't know. I mean, Nespresso, if you ever see this or care, please reach out to me. I would love to hear what you have to say. So I know a couple of the Nespresso people at the boutique in Scottsdale watch the streams and watch the channel. So I would appreciate any help you can give. Let's see. My niece Amanda bought some peach syrup at an Amish store and can't think of which coffees to add it to. Any suggestions? Peach. I'm thinking a lighter coffee, so probably anything down in the fruity range. Gosh, am I going to say Elvasio again? I'm thinking anything down. You know what? Probably. Trying to remember all the coffees off the top of my head. I want to say probably. I would give a shot with like Giornio or Elvasio. They're those are the two that are coming to mind. I think it's going to need a lighter coffee. I think a heavy coffee, that sweetness is going to clash with, kind of weird. I honestly don't know. Peach syrup in a coffee. I don't know. I would probably turn that into, I'd probably use it for some kind of blended thing, like using the ice cream milk or something like that, and turn it into like a blended drink before I would probably stick it into a coffee. But that would be what I would think. Like a lighter coffee should work pretty good for you. So did you try Clooney? yeah, I got it. Hang on a minute. I got him on speed dial. What? Oh, his number's been changed? Oh, my bad. Yeah, if we'd be so lucky. Yeah, he might be able to get results. So yeah, George Clooney, if you watch the videos, can you find out for us and give me a call? Ice Leggero, Bianco Leggero. Let's see. I'm not sure which one he's responding to. All right. Before we wrap this up, any other questions? Other than that, we'll call it a day. We're at, oh, wow, an hour and a half. Wow. Time flies. Oh, the peach syrup. Yeah. The ice, maybe. I don't know. Those have like that weird bite, and then some of them have that peppery flavor. I don't know. That's a tough one. Peach, that's a tough one. It's going to have to be a maybe the ice, maybe. Yeah. You know what? Can't hurt. Give it a shot. The ice Leggero, that might work. I think maybe that would be better than the Bianco. I don't know. That one's tough. Other than that, anything else? Make an iced coffee with Voltessa and a pump of cinnamon syrup in addition to the. There you go. There you got a. My question is, where did you get? Niece Amanda bought some peach syrup at an Amish store. So I'm thinking, Willie, you must be. Let's see. Let's go Indiana or Pennsylvania. Give you a fun factoid once you. Is it Indiana or Pennsylvania? Oh man, that's so good. That is just really good. If he's still here, is Willie still here? Yeah, Paul, agree. The next, I didn't like it in my unboxing video. I bought it again that one time to use it as a pour over. And then there was one other video where, for whatever, go Pennsylvania. Is Willie still here? Willie, what state is it? Is it Pennsylvania or Indiana? Ohio. Okay. Only reason I was asking is because actually my parents used to be Amish. So yeah, in one other video, I had a Virtual Next and Virtual Plus comparison, and the Virtual Next actually turned out a little better coffee taste, and I don't remember which one it was. I'm wanting to say it was an espresso shot, but I honestly don't remember. And so, yeah, but the overall, the Virtual Plus, much better coffee experience. Just the way it handles the pod, the way it brews, the taste, yeah, and the way it works. So Ohio. Okay, yeah. Yeah, my parents used to be Amish. They were from Indiana. So other than that, we got anything else? We'll call it a night. Everyone, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everyone who did the super chats and the questions and for spending your time here on a Sunday with me. Bye from Florida. Thanks for doing the live. You're welcome. And we'll see you this Friday will be a replay of this. So that will be the video for Friday. But the following Friday will be a new coffee video. So I look forward to seeing you guys in a couple of Fridays. But until then, enjoy some great coffee. You can always reach me in the chats. And thank you again for being here, and have a great rest of your day.